It's officially 36 days until Election Day. We're now turning to the poll vault, where we bring you the latest and most relevant information from surveys across the country. Joining us now, Republican candidate for Congress in Minnesota, Lacey Lee Johnson. And then, of course, we have Ford and Christie still with us. So let's look, Lacey. In a new poll from New York Times and Siena College, Democratic candidate Joe Biden leads the general election, 49-41%. Let's move on. Also, a new poll from the Washington Post and ABC shows Joe Biden leading by 10 points over President Trump, 54-44. I guess it only matters right in the swing states, right, Lacey?
I agree. Any national polls, unfortunately, we're not on a popular vote. So the national polls, I think, are misleading, number one. And number two, given the experience from the last election, I don't trust any of them that much anyway.
Yeah.
So I feel pretty good when we look at state-by-state polls. The president is within striking distance in all of them. And as I said, based on last election, within striking distance normally means he's ahead.
Quick question. You're running against Omar, right?
Yes, sir.
And aren't there allegations? Now, I don't want to get into all the details because we haven't verified all of this, but there are some allegations that somebody connected to her was harvesting some ballots. And when I say harvesting in and of itself is not necessarily illegal in places like California. But can you give us the status there where you are in Minnesota?
Well, in Minnesota, I think the law limits it to 3 ballots. And what we see on video is representative from Ms. Omar's staff, who's collected hundreds of ballots, bragging on the money that he's receiving for those ballots, talking about how they intimidate and take advantage of elderly for those ballots. And so this is something that is criminal ballot harvesting, basically. And, you know, our country depends on free and fair elections. And Ilhan Omar has shown that she's not consistent with the law. And basically, I'm calling on her to resign from her position in Congress based on her ongoing pattern of just disrespecting the laws of America and this latest abuse of power in our election cycle.
Yeah. Now, we aren't there, so I'm not asking Christie or Ford to comment on the specifics there, but this is the kind of thing that people are concerned about with so many mail-in ballots this year, right, Christie?
Absolutely. I mean, I live in Florida. In 2018, we had a huge scandal in Broward County with Brenda Snipes, where we had a tremendous issue of counting votes. I've spoken to a lot of election experts. The problem is that mail-in ballots are more susceptible to voter fraud. And in 2020, with this pandemic and the push by the Democrats to have more mail-in ballots than